There comes a moment in every journey when you stop waiting for the apology that will never come, when you stop hoping they'll finally see your worth, and instead you pick yourself up from the pieces they left behind, and you walk away, not because you stopped caring, but because you finally realized not everyone deserves a second chance at you. They thought you'd come back. They thought you'd beg, explain, or prove yourself. But you didn't, because this time you didn't need to. 1. The silence that spoke louder than words. They thought your silence meant weakness, but it was peace. They thought your distance meant confusion, but it was healing. They thought you were lost, but really, you were finding yourself again. When you stopped explaining, when you stopped chasing, when you stopped trying to be seen, that's when you finally saw yourself. Sometimes the best closure is no closure at all, because you realized not everyone deserves access to the person you're becoming. 2. You walked away to rebuild, not to run. They said, "You've changed," and you smiled, because that was the point. You left behind versions of yourself that kept apologizing for existing. You stopped showing up to places where your spirit felt small. You chose peace over approval, and for that, you were misunderstood. But listen, you didn't walk away because you were weak. You walked away because staying would have destroyed you. Growth is not loud. It's not flashy. It's quiet. It's lonely. It's rebuilding your heart with your own 2 hands, and no one seeing the battle but you. 3. The power of not coming back. They waited for you to return to the same habits, the same places, the same pain. But you didn't. You outgrew the noise. You outgrew the need to be understood. You outgrew the version of yourself that accepted less than you deserved. Because healing doesn't always look like revenge. Sometimes it looks like peace. Sometimes it looks like disappearing from everything that broke you and choosing you instead. And one day they'll realize you weren't meant to come back. You were meant to move on. 4. The return that never happens, but changes everything. You see, they thought you'd come back needing them, but you came back not for them, for you. Not to prove, but to be. Not to seek, but to create. Because when you rebuild yourself from the ashes, you stop chasing closure and start living your purpose. And that's the comeback they'll never understand. So if you've ever been counted out, if they ever thought you wouldn't make it without them, remember this: you didn't leave to be missed. You left to be found. And sometimes the most beautiful comeback is never coming back at all. They thought you'd come back, but you didn't. And that was your greatest victory.